Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a Gundam Build Fighters review of the 1 to 144th scale high-grade powered GM Cardigan, the Team Tri-Fighters support mobile suit piloted by Fumina Hoshino. 10 items make up the components of this model kit. More specifically, there's 9 runners, a medium set of polycaps, and a sizable sticker sheet, all quite average inclusions for an HG. Now, seeing as how this high grade is based off of a kit originally released back in 2006, the build process won't offer up any exciting innovations, though the new parts do add some diversity. I will admit that the gate placement on almost all the parts is downright horrible. I spent a much longer time than usual just trying to sand things down smoothly. Otherwise, the build proved to be standard enough, if not a little dated. A snap assembly provides fairly good results for the powered GM Cardigan. With its basic layout, the kit doesn't call for complex levels of color separation, so you won't find yourself having to paint in notable missing details. The bulky proportions feel correct, and nothing seems to be left out from the original anime design. Yet, the kit will need a healthy amount of seamline coverage for those interested. Stickers are a bit of a mixed bag. The rear head camera, the black stripes on the ankle guards, and the black dots on the forearms are simple to apply and look great. On the other hand, there's 2 large stickers that make up the white section of the upper stomach, and because of the rounded corners, the results can be poor. Furthermore, the white V on the waist is also a sticker, and placing it on perfectly seems impossible. It's better to just paint this in yourself. Stickers aside, there's a good foundation here. I'd say the only real aesthetic issue is the molded-in surface detailing. With the bright white and lemon yellow making up the majority of the plastic, a lot of the sculpted sections tend to get lost in these bright colors. Panel lining helps to bring out the boxy shapes and harsh edges of this GM. Painting in other details on the head sculpt is another area worth focusing on. These are highlights I'd recommend as the kit looks incomplete otherwise. In terms of its size, this 1 to 144th scale mobile suit stands just above the 4.5 inch mark, though due to its bulk it can appear much larger than similarly scaled model kits. As a whole, the full visual presentation of the powered GM Cardigan is good, but it does rely on some extra effort to be fully realized. For articulation, the GM has a double ball-jointed neck. However, both upward and downward vision or movement is a bit limited. There is nothing really in the mid-torso. All you have is a waist swivel here. The shoulders are connected on a peg that does swing back and forth, and of course you can rotate it a full 360 if you choose. The shoulder pads are independent from the actual shoulder joint, so this arm can go outwards, and you can move this shoulder joint or the shoulder pad without having to worry about moving anything else. This beam saber hilt thing can swivel forward or swivel backward depending on what you want. You do have a double jointed elbow, a ball jointed wrist with a hinge, but interestingly it's only on this hand because the other hand is a fist, and that's sort of just how it comes. You've got a standard waist assembly. These are each on just simple swivels, and the sides are on swiveling hinges so they can get out of the way, and the back piece is a solid piece. The hips are connected on a standard ball joint with no built-in thigh swivel, so you have forward range, outward range, and it's all a bit limited just due to the shape of this hip area. It is not connected by a single bar, so you cannot wiggle them together. And of course, even though there's a double jointed knee here, all this bulk will stop it from moving any further than 90 degrees. Finally, for the ankles, there's a ball joint on a hinge connected at the top, and then the base of the foot has a toe that goes forward with independent ankle armor. Now, the big problem is that I found the foot is placed too far forward in comparison with the leg, and this area here up front is not flat, so there's not very good stability, making this kit quite a bit troublesome to stand if you don't have everything placed correctly. Articulation is mediocre at best on the powered GM Cardigan. It's unsurprising being such a bulky robot, so even if it were to have more joints, I doubt the kit would be able to utilize them. Accessories are where things get interesting on the GM Cardigan. For starters, you only get one extra hand, and it's a trigger finger for the right side meant for wielding the beam machine gun. It's a simple gray firearm with an adjustable grip. Next, there's 2 included beam saber effect parts for the hilts stored on the shoulders. However, there's only one hand that equips the saber. Moreover, it's a right-hand option only, meaning that this mobile suit can't wield the saber and gun simultaneously, nor can it dual-wield the sword. It's a strange oversight. Moving on, mounted on each forearm is a Gatling gun. You have to remove the cover and then place it back in an open position. The process can be tedious, and I would have preferred a hinged mechanism. Still, the overall look is great. Finally, the Cardigan comes with 2 shields and 2 large rifles, and all 4 items are connected to multi-jointed arms. The guns plug into the top of the GM's backpack, and the shields on the sides. These are easily the best feature to the kit, as they offer the widest variety of options and flair when posing, although they can make the kit overwhelmingly back-heavy. From the initial reveals of Gundam Build Fighters Tri, the 1/144th scale high-grade powered GM Cardigan was the kit I was most excited for. The bright colors, bulky aesthetic, and extensive firearms were the qualities that drew me to it, and for the most part, this release delivers on those aspects. But as an overall evaluation, the powered GM Cardigan isn't what I would describe as being spectacular. It's merely satisfactory. At its core, this is pretty much an 8-year-old model kit, and with that comes some limitations. Limitations that are only more apparent when compared to the standards of modern HG Gunpla. The build itself requires extra caution and precision to maximize presentation, and the articulation is obviously lacking too. Sure, the new parts and features add a great deal of fun to the package, yet they're not exactly the most novel ideas, especially when measured against last season's GM Sniper K9. The HG-powered GM Cardigan, then, is a what you see is what you get type release. It's big, it's fun, and it's full of guns. And so long as that's all you're expecting, it shouldn't disappoint. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and Team Tri-Fighters is almost complete. All that's left to do is call upon the lightning.